for this whole project as a whole, love every minute of it, listening to it, love what he was saying on it. Production wise, like I said, with Oddisee back on it, they worked awesome as a team.
Then I get to I'm Home, and then that beat switch, like the way it come in hard, then the beat switch. I'm like, oh man, he's doing exactly the type of shit that I like. All right, man. So Uptown XO, this is somebody that you introduced me to. You've been talking about for years. I finally gave him a listen, but this is your guy, man. Let the people know who he is and the project that we're talking about.
Okay, Uptown XO. I don't know his complete like background, history, and everything. I know he was with Diamond District, which is Oddisee and YU, the DC bass. Uh, they dropped a couple albums as a collective. He had one album that's one of my favorite albums that came out, Color the Gray. I think that was back in 2013 time frame. So I love that album by Uptown XO. So everything that he has dropped since then, I have followed. Everything has not lived up to that album's product wise. So that's why I got to be, kind of by recommending them and putting out. I'm always going to talk about his best products and stuff like this. So he did some experimenting, going to different ways with his music. But this one right here, Culture Over Culprit, he started doing these probably about a year and a half ago. He'd had two of these. He had Culture Over Culprit, one I think that dropped early like last year, and then you had one that dropped around about August time frame last year as well, and then now this one is Cultural. But what's different from those first products over this one and all his other previous work is now he's back with Oddisee. He's linked back up with them. He had kind of strayed away from the group and everything, and but now he got Oddisee doing production of this, and man, I love this music. Hip hop, gritty, but with introspective bars. That's how I like gotta label it. That's what it is to me. It's like straight raw hip hop with the gritty hip hop with some introspective bars. Production is pristine. It's the ideal sound for his. He has the ideal sound that matches that production. Just immaculate on there, man. For me, the cons on it, man, I didn't have any. Basically, I was the one thing I could say they ain't have none as a collective as Diamond District again. But for this whole project as a whole, love every minute of it, listening to it, love what he was saying on it. Production wise, like I said, with Oddisee back on it, they worked awesome as a team, great as a team, and they should be matched up more. A lot of these artists come to find out like they work real great, or they sounds real great with a good certain producer, and they stick with it. That's what they kind of get locked in now. I think Oddisee and XO need to realize that they work great as a team and better as a team. They're gonna create the best music together. So whenever he's coming about this, I know he want to dabble in other stuff, but hey, just lock in, man. Lock in. Run the Jewels. What you got now? We just talked about Ransom, Nicholas Craven, all those type. You got Mad Lib and Freddie Gibbs over here locking in. Like when they create products, it's magic. So just every so often, y'all can go do the other stuff, but come lock back in and give us stuff like this once again. So standout tracks, Amen, then Dreams, The Great Debate. So those were the standout tracks from this. I think it's 9 tracks. It's 32 minutes long. So that's my spiel on it. What did you think?
So this was my first time listening to him, and I gotta say, man, much like you said, the production stood out to me, and then that made him much easier to listen to in terms of just welcoming the sound. Because as a new listener, you got to catch me with the beat and the rhymes. Like everything has to kind of flow well for me first time listening to you. So I didn't know where he was from, nothing. I just went into it trusting your put on like I typically would, you know what I mean? And then I get to I'm Home, and then that beat switch, like the way it come in hard, then the beat switch. I'm like, oh man, he's doing exactly the type of shit that I like. You know what I'm saying? And then it gets very aggressive from there, and then he kills it. So I'm Home was the one. Dreams was a dope one. I like The Fog. Shout out to playing off of DMX with that one. And then you got Love Addict, which was like a nice change of pace for me.
Yeah.
As far as what I need in an album. I do need you to tackle different sounds and different layers, much like Rand did with his project and Lust. Like it went a different direction there production wise. It wasn't all hard ass beats and stuff like that. So he was able to do his thing for the ladies, so to speak, with Love Addict. And then Great Debate is definitely one of the tracks that I rock with the most out of this whole project. Between that and I'm Home, I go back and forth. But after that, it kind of trailed off for me as far as what I like from it. But the first 6 songs were killer to me. Like I'm like, yo, I'd recommend this dude any day. You know what I mean, to anybody. So I'm going to tap in with some of the stuff that you like and finally go back to them. But I like what they're doing with the production, him and Oddisee and doing their thing. Oh man, Mr. Prez is gone. Mr. Prez is gone. The camera done died, man. So I'll take us out though. I'll take us out. So go cop that Culture Over Corporate Volume 3, Uptown Space XO. So the letters XO. Go check it out. I guarantee you guys are gonna like him. I cannot say enough good things about him and Oddisee's connection on this one. So really, really, really
I love
dope.
that. I love that Philly line that he had on the Great Debate. Ball like the Eagles, no competition, but we still soar.
He from Philly, ain't he? Or from Jersey?
Nah, like he's from I thought, is he? I thought he was like DC.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have a chance to look it up before we came on, but yeah, this is a solid body of work, bro. This is a solid body of work for sure.